Welcome to Stillworks and Brewing. My name is Randy, and this is the channel that's all about home distillation and brewing. So what do we got going on today? Today we're going to make a bourbon cream. Hey, I love that stuff. So bourbon cream, you can either drink it cold, enjoy it in your coffee, over ice. It is just fantastic. But first things first, like we always ask you, and thanks for doing it. There's 5 things you can really do to help us out. Number 1, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and that will alert you every time something new comes out. Then share it with your friends. If you like what you see, give us that thumbs up and leave a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, what is a bourbon cream? Well, it's a blend of bourbon, creams, similar to Irish cream, which I think everybody, like Bailey's, that everybody knows and loves. But I think it's just a little bit bolder on flavor, and I think you get some of that caramel and vanilla notes out of it. It is fantastic. Okay, so is bourbon cream the same as Bailey's Irish cream? Well, that's kind of a yes and no. I mean, it's just a little bit different of a recipe. And if I think that the bourbon cream has some fantastic flavors of that bourbon. I am a fan, I am a bourbon fan, so I think it would be better. Okay, next question. Do you have to refrigerate bourbon cream? Well, with the perishable ingredients in there, the cream and milk and all that stuff, yes, you should refrigerate after you make it. So only make about as much as you want to drink in about a month's time. It will stay in the refrigerator for a month. It should be no problem with that. Okay, so let's show you how easy this is to make. All right, and then what I will do is I'll put all the ingredients down in the description box. Okay, so one thing you will need is a blender. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to use, and you can use your own bourbon, bought bourbon, but I would say a good bourbon that you like, because hey, good ingredients makes good things, right? So this is one of the bourbons we made. It is 80 proof, which I really enjoy. Okay, so the first ingredient is 1.5 cups of your bourbon. So there's 1.5 cups. Okay, so 1.5 cups of your bourbon. Okay, so the next thing we're going to put in is our heavy whipping cream. Okay, so the recipe calls for 1 cup. If I can get it open, there we go. The recipe calls for 1 cup. So there's 1 cup. I think I'm going to just give an extra splash, just cause. Okay, so there's 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Okay, so now, this is the sticky part. This is 1 can is 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. I mean, this is where you're going to get your sweetness from. I need this. So we're going to add the whole can of that. Okay, so we got the whole can of that. Okay, I'll stick that right there for now. Okay. So the next thing that we will use is our vanilla extract, okay? So the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon. So vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon. All right, so we use 1 tablespoon of that. All right, our next thing is almond extract. Open this up. Okay, boy, that smells good. Now, I had just a little bit left in this one. Okay, almond. Okay, we wanted 2 teaspoons, right? Two teaspoons. So there's 1. And there's 2. All right. So the next thing we're going to call for is 3 tablespoons of good honey. So we need 3 of them. There's 1. There goes 2. A little chilly out here and it's running a little slow. And this will be 3. Okay. And that's it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a lid on this. Now, one thing we got to make sure we don't do is don't blend it for too long, because what was that off of? Don't blend it too long, because if you do, you could turn that whipping cream into whipped cream, and I don't think that'd be good. So all we want to do is get it all mixed up. Okay, that should do it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put it in a jar. Look at that, perfect amount. Okay, so we got that in the jar. Well, I brought me a glass of ice. Okay, so we got that in the jar. We're going to stick that in the refrigerator, let it get good and cold. And like I said, we can put it in our coffee. We can put it in, I like it just over ice. Let's see how she tastes. Wow. I mean, now granted, it's going to get a little bit better once them flavors all incorporate, but wow. I mean, I sure can taste the bourbon in it. I think you could almost went with 2 cups of bourbon and it would have been still great, but 1.5 is good. I sure can taste the vanilla, and I think the almond comes through. It comes more through than I thought it would. Oh, you could sit there and drink that whole bottle no problem at all. And I'm getting the sweetness of the honey. I think that is better than using any kind of sugar. The honey was fantastic. Wow. Ooh. You could have that after dinner, or sitting by the fireplace, or sitting outside by the campfire. That'd be good any time of the year. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. I love these sippers. I'm planning on making a few more. So if you have, a sipper you like out there, hey, please leave it in the comments, and we'll get to try to make some. I think it could be fun. I like having the products that we make, your bourbons and your gins and your rums and all that stuff and all the whiskeys. But I like to make stuff out of them too, so it's nice to have them around to be able to use up some of the fantastic products that we make. Okay, so the last thing I have to say is, hey, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, everybody. Oh, damn, that's good. I might have to have me another one of them.